Oh, hello everyone, it's Sam here. Look, an idea has just occurred to me, which is to bring to your attention the contents of the very important Assessment 2 resources folder, and then to go through it in a way that shows you how I interpret what is said there and what is provided there. And I thought, would it be helpful if I did that, so you could do two things. Firstly, go through the contents of the resources folder, and also to go through it with me, as it were, but to hear the sorts of things that I'm saying or thinking, or where I stress something, or that type of thing. Anyway, look, let's have a go at it. If it's helpful, great, let me know. If not, well, at the very least, you've looked at the contents of the A2 resources folder. So what we need to do then is find our assessments link. So here is our assessments link. We click on it. Okay, and we go to the Assessment 2 resources folder here. Okay, now this is where I start to do my thinking aloud, as it were. So come with me if you like and see what you think of it anyway. All right, so here's Sam thinking aloud. Right, okay, now I'm in the Assessment 2 resources folder. There are two main parts. There's the description of the assessment task itself, and there's the Assessment 2 rubric with the downloadable PDF. Great. Okay, let's just have a quick look at this downloadable PDF for a minute. Open it up in a new link and see what. Okay, so here I am at the Assessment 2 rubric, or website blog marking guide. And, yes, okay, so this is the document that I have to use to work out what the unit wants from the students in Assessment 2. So they look at the written summation, auditory summation. Okay, so looking at all the summations, including the final reflection. Okay, hopefully the students are going to make it very clear by using headings which one is the written summation, which one is the auditory summation, which one is the visual summation, and which is the final reflection. So that's good. Okay, so there are two things for final reflection. So we get into the way it looks, the design. This is the creativity. The technical elements, academic writing, of course, which includes the okay, all right, so that's the marking rubric. Okay, so now back at the resources folder, I've looked at the A2 rubric. Now let's have a closer look at the assessment task. Okay, how's it organized? All right, there's quite a bit of information here. So this is the laying out of the task, or the brief. A bit more here. Then there's the assessment criteria. Okay, good. And then there's the submission. Good. Okay, so let's I wonder whether we can actually magnify this, expand the view. Let me just see if I can. Okay, here I am. I've zoomed in quite a bit. So the assessment task, let's have a look at that. As part of your development in becoming a digitally fluent educator, you will create and develop a website using either WordPress.com or Wix.com. Okay, so there's only those two choices on the following overarching topic. Great, this is wonderful. Teaching and learning in the digital world. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your title. So this should be big and prominent on your website. Teaching and learning in the digital world is your title. Great. This will be developed and added to throughout the unit. Okay, so you should have been working on it in the first 8 weeks. Good. This is a creative project, so you'll determine the design and the navigational elements of your own website. Good. Your website should include 3 summations, well, we know that, with each summation on a different topic. Now, one of the summations must be cyberbullying. Okay, this is important too. So you've got no choice here. That's where one of your summations is. Good, okay. And hopefully you clearly identify, or the students clearly identify that. Then you've got to choose the other 2 from this list here. Oh, fine, good, okay. Now each summation should appear as a post or a page on your website and should review the chosen topic. Okay, so it's about reviewing while focusing on how the ideas in the topic may affect teaching and learning. So we're looking for what you say about the impact of your chosen topic on teaching and learning. Good, okay. Additionally, the 3 summations will take different forms here, as in the list that follows. Okay, so here are the different forms. One of them is written, one is auditory, so I'm going to listen out to hear you, and the other one is visual, so this is how you present something and its impact on our vision, on our sight. Good, okay. Right, your website must also include a final reflection. Good, okay. Reflection, so you need to revise your reflective writing techniques. Okay, yep. All right, I'm going to pause this here to see if I can find something about final reflection. Okay, well here I've found a very good website which explains to you how you go about writing reflectively. So you might want to have a look at that page as well. Can we scroll down? Okay. Beaut. All right. Okay, good. And that comes from this website. Just hang on a moment. The URL for you. Okay, good. So I've found the URL. Here it is. Okay, you might want to pause the video in order to actually copy it down. So here we are back again in the A2 resources folder. We've just talked about reflective writing, 300 word limit. Okay, the final critically evaluate how this assessment task is done. Critically evaluate. Just one moment there. Let me see if I can find something to help with that. Okay, so here I found something that might help you when it comes to critical evaluation. All right. So I'll not read this through, but I will post the or provide you with the URL. Okay, good. So this is the URL to that site on critical evaluation. All right, but look, don't get too fussed about this. You're going to need to have some elements of critical evaluation. As long as we can pick up that you've attempted it, I think it's going to be enough, particularly as you've only got about 300 words anyway to write within. All right, so let's get rid of this. All right, so back again in the A2 resources folder, where assessment criteria. Now just make sure you are very familiar with the marking guide, okay? Written summation, so here we always want to know what your knowledge of the topic is. This is what you've been doing from week to week. We'd like to see some creativity and design. Good, okay, that's fine. Then when it comes, that's the written. So when it comes to the auditory summation, here you don't have to be so formal. Knowledge of the topic, okay, creativity, design, quality of speech. All right, well look, try not to sound as though you're reading this thing out aloud. Try to sound as though you're actually eyeballing your audience and talking to them, not at them, all right? Or not reading to them. It's not a reading aloud activity. The visual summation, okay, knowledge, creativity, design of presentation, I think that speaks for itself. And you've done the infographic, so you've got a pretty good idea of what we're after in terms of creativity and design. Final reflection, discussion of the processes of different tools, critical analysis. Okay, that's usually this is what usually distinguishes the high distinctions from the other categories. Overall academic writing, compliance. Okay, well look, there's plenty of information about that. And you've done one assessment, so you pretty well know what we want. So when it comes to submitting your work, so you submit it via the Turnitin as a single page PDF document. Okay, right, so that's one of the things that we want to see. So you also have to provide a working URL to your website. Okay, so if we can't get to your website, of course, we can't assess your work, a big fat zero. Okay, and the text from all posts on your website, including the written summation, script, auditory. Okay, so that'll all appear on your PDF. All right, so what we're going to be looking for is a few things. You submit a PDF, which is something you did with the first assessment, and as well as submitting the PDF, you must provide us with a working URL. And here I'd like to remind you that I've sent out an email a little while ago inviting you to submit your URL to me to make sure well beforehand that I can actually access your site. Okay, so I think I'll leave it there and produce this video and see where it gets us. Thanks everyone, best of luck.